this is a postscript video, digital, to the 10 at 10 that I just pushed up. Wartime news, Brooklyn Defense League. Yeah. Well, I just want to say that, well, calling on diplomats, diplomat. Please, diplomats, if you have diplomatic connections to wherever they might be, this is not a time to worry about friend or foe or enemy or whatever. This is the siege of the city of New York. And if you hadn't heard the word, America, because the state of New York has collapsed for the government, and the governments of the 40 contiguous states, of the lower 48 states, has all collapsed as well. They collapsed a long time ago. Because, on good information, I analyzed the January and February oral arguments as posted on on SCOTUS website, and I concluded that although they didn't intend to do so, that the actions of the Chief Justice and the 8 Associate Justices over the months of January and February, based on oral arguments, represents the fact, and I did declare as an observation, that the Supreme Court, that the court, which is the court for of and by the Constitution of the United States of America, has been dissolved permanently. If you want to know what dissolved means, well, just take some water and put some sugar in there. And so say there's water and you put some sugar in there. Symbolically say that's the Constitution. And so you put that in there and it's dissolved. Because the court, the high court, is only supposed to consider matters of consequence to the Constitution itself. So I just made an observation that the Chief Justice and Justices of the court has dissolved the court and the Constitution, but we still have it, which means that there cannot be any Congress now because there's no court. So there can't be a Congress. And that will remain standing is the president, who is Donald Trump. Now, for those of you who don't understand things, the 20th day of February, Operation Fury, well, that made a day of fighting. And starting on Sunday, March 1st, there was a consensus in the international community, anyway, that there was a state of war in declared by the United States. But that doesn't exist now because the court was dissolved and all that I said. So also, on Tuesday, I believe, because Wednesday was April 1st. Well, there was a Wednesday, it was an April 1st a year or two ago, that was liberation. It was just last year. April 1st, 2025. So somehow April 1st in 2025 was a Wednesday and April 1st this year was a Wednesday too. Well, that was Liberation Day again this year, and I guess it's Liberation Day still because that announced the year of liberation. Well, Liberation Day last year, Wednesday, April 1st, on Tuesday, I went down to Washington, D.C., or Washingtonian, the District of Columbia, Washingtonian, which is the name of the city. It is. Well, I will be returning down onto Washingtonia, District of Columbia, on next Tuesday. Well, I'll be bringing you wartime news from the Brooklyn Defense League. And I just want to mention, there's a 1,000,000-man march of cars and caravans all headed to the city of New York. So that means we have to batten down the hatches, and, guard the Verrazano-Narva Bridge, and we got to set up a guard over in Staten Island somewhere. And, then we just have to seal the tunnels coming under, and Yeah, they're coming this way. Oh, there was about 400,000 in Boston, so I don't know what we're going to do about those 400,000 coming. There's 400,000 in Titusville, Florida. They're coming. There was a group, maybe they're the marauding people that started in Los Angeles. There was a crowd of people in Chicago. I think if you add these all up, there'll be 12 groups of 400,000 or for the Million Man March. And just remember the 12 tribes of Israelites who were Hebrews and the Israelites and Hebrews, and they went down from Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, went down there and became in bondage. We have the Exodus, so that's all happened. Well, this is the Exodus, Million Man March, and descending on whatever, and all that's happening. Blah, blah, blah. And anyway, yeah, and Jesus is crucified today, and his mother and Joseph goes backwards. Now we're going to have the life of Jesus from his crucifixion and the calling of all the disciples, and cover the 100 years up to John, who was the same Apostle John, and then we're going to do all that. But I'm stuck on the restatement of the Ten Commandments, the duodecalogue. Duodecalogue. Deca meaning Ten Commandments, duo meaning three standards, so it's like the duodecalogos, which is like the first words of God. 10 Commandments are the first words that God, all God mighty, all high, God, through Moses himself, put it onto tablets. Those are the first words of the Almighty God that were put onto tablets, the 10 Commandments. So you can look up the 10 Commandments. There's 5 on one tablet, 5 on the other. And by the way, in the pediment above the Supreme Court, the main figure up there is Moses, the lawgiver. Have a great day, everybody.